welcome back to Weeby Jellin. I'm Jeff. On this video, I'm doing a poke that has been requested by many of my friends for me to do a video on. I was hesitant because I personally don't like salmon. I do like lomi salmon, which is a local Hawaiian dish, and I'll eat salmon if it's at a if someone's serving it, or that's what's being served at a restaurant, or for a party, so it's not like I won't eat it, but it's just not a fish that I really like go out and say like, wow, I could go for some salmon today. And then when it came to poke, because I don't like salmon, I was already a little biased, but also I just don't think salmon goes well with a lot of the poke recipes, because it's just a different flavor profile, different texture. So a lot of the ahi poke toppings, like shoyu ahi or spicy ahi, or any of those varieties of ahi pokes, tuna pokes, which is interchangeable with like marlin, or other ocean fish. And I guess when it came to salmon, I never really enjoyed it in those with those flavors. So I gave it some thought of what I could do to appease my friends who were asking me to make salmon poke. So after some pondering, I kind of came up with this. So I'm gonna share it with you today. Yeah, you should try it yourself if you like salmon poke. I think you'll like it. So here it goes. So basically, I got about a pound of king salmon. So this isn't frozen salmon. This is king salmon I got fresh from my local fishmonger. So I just prefer this one over Atlantic. And just more for the fat content that's in there, and to me, Atlantic salmon is kind of the epitome of the salmon that I don't like. Like here in Washington, we got great salmon like sockeye and sockeye, and there's another river, I just can't think of it right now, but there's great varieties of salmon here that when I do eat salmon, I do think those are good. But when it came to poke, I didn't think those would be good to use. Those are really great, kind of grilled and stuff. But anyway, so I'm going to start here with my king salmon. First thing I'm going to do is oil element on this poke. I am using my wasabi oil. There are other brands. This is the brand I've been using consistently. I do not know what the brand is because, yes, it is in Japanese. But you can find this at your Asian market. Here's the full bottle to help you get a visual of it. But yeah, I like it because I can use it as an oil. I've sometimes actually fried, like when I make poke and I remove the skin, I fry the skin in this wasabi oil because there's a little bit of meat left on the skin. So the skin fries up really nice, got the wasabi flavor. So this is a great thing to have in your pantry. So I just kind of give it just a little bit. I don't want it like to be a soup. I just kind of want it to coat it like you would if you're putting in like sesame oil, if that's what you choose to use in your ahi poke. Okay, so I kind of stir that around. And yes, I did hear the comments, so please take notice of my silicone utensil. Silicone, tomato. All right. Then, so when it came to salmon, the part that I was really struggling with was the flavors to add to it, right? So I went wasabi because it's still like sashimi. So I was kind of thinking that the wasabi will go with it well. And then I wanted to add some citrus. So to do so, this is one of my favorite products. This Ponzu citrus vinegar. I like it. I use this as my dipping sometimes with sashimi instead of wasabi and soy sauce or shoyu. I mix the wasabi oil and this together. So then when I was trying to come up with a recipe, just naturally that came to mind, like, oh, why don't I use that? So I usually just put just a dash. I mean, I don't want the citrus to like totally cook the salmon, and I don't want it to be soupy. So I kind of just get that mixed and incorporated. Okay, and then the next part I did was to kind of add more to the citrus flavor. I went with adding lemon zest. So I know this might not be, you know, traditional poke toppings, but I just really wanted to have the citrus to pop with the with the salmon. So I just kind of mixed that in there. Get that incorporated. Really nice. And you can kind of see what little citrus, you know, in the citrus vinegar. So to get the acid in that is kind of, you know, cooking the salmon a little bit. You can kind of see the color change. Okay, then the next element I add, instead of onions that you'd put in a normal, oh, I don't want to say normal, but like in an ahi poke, I've gone with radish. And the reason I went with radish is because, you know, you still get that crunch for texture, but it's not as overpowering as maybe an onion would be. So kind of just add that in there. You can kind of just go by taste to what you feel like. And since I'm not a big salmon fan, I go a little heavy on the radish, just to kind of get each bite will have some crunch. All right. Then, in going with that theme of, you know, trying not to overpower the salmon with the ingredients in here, for the green, for color, and in place of green onions, I have gone with watercress. So I try to thinly slice this, so you're not like it's not like a salad. So chop that up a little bit. And there you have it. So this is my take on salmon poke. I'll put the ingredients in the description, and I'd be open to hear from any of you what you do with salmon. If you make a different take on salmon poke yourself, put that in the comments. I'd be interested to try it as well. But let me give this a try. Yeah, see, so with the you get the pop of the citrus, but you know the salmon's there and present. It's not overpowered by onions or sesame oil. You know, the wasabi's there just light enough, so you got a little bit of kick. So feel free to, you know, play with the measurements yourself to your own taste. So yeah, so there you have it, King Salmon poke. And please subscribe. Please like this video. Sign up for notifications. Thanks again. Mahalo.